Folks, welcome back to the Armchair Warriors Podcast, episode number 19.
Number 19.
Pretty big number, number 19. We're one away from 20, so that's a big one. We got a special interview. We have Mr. Carson Wetsch, Disneyland lover, certified Disneyland lover. He gave us some great content, if you will. He was hilarious and a very good hockey player, by the way. If you don't know who he is, you should get used to knowing who he is, because he's projected second round pick right now, and he's quite the hockey player. So we will have that halfway through the episode. If you want to see where that is and you want to skip through all this nonsense, I don't blame you. It'll be in the info tab on YouTube and in the info tab on wherever you get your podcast. So without further ado, though, Luke, what is the score in the Panthers-Oilers series? I haven't checked it in a while, but I was just wondering if you knew.
I'm in mourning. I'm mourning something that's still here.
Go ahead.
I'm mourning something that is still here, and it is the hair on my head, because it is 3-0 for the Florida Panthers. It looks good on your head.
You know what?
Shut up. You're going to like it more on the floor. Yeah. Get it. No. Get that out of here.
Whatever.
But
anyways,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought they'd be able to do something at home.
Okay.
Useless. Just too little, too late. I didn't get a chance to watch much of the game because we were doing the interview, but I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say.
I was
looked at Bob's save percentage in the final so far is like a 9.65.
I was gonna ask you, what's your actual thought process right now? What's going through your head, and how do you feel just looking at that score, and there's little to no hope at this point?
I had a smidge of hope when we were recording and the game got to 4-3 with 3 minutes left. And I was like, if they win this, you never know, right? Then it's 2-1 with another game at home. But then I saw the clock run out, and I've already mentally prepared to be bald in a week, or whenever we go to Vegas. I've mentally prepared for it. But man, I was telling Jace, it would be the coolest thing I've probably ever seen if there was a reverse sweep. I know it's not going to happen because Florida is so good.
The thing is the closer we get to it, the worse I feel. It's we got to the Stanley Cup Final, and I'm like, oh no, this is bad. There's a Canadian team in the final. I'm pretty nervous. It's now 3-0, and I'm like, I feel like a pretty big prick right now. I actually feel like the worst when we get down to it. This is not good. But when I do it, I'm going to be like, this is awesome. So I feel bad right now, but when it happens, I'm going to be like, this is awesome.
I'd be perfectly fine if there was a guarantee it would come back. But I'm a little nervous that it's not going to come back.
Oh, no. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Oh. No, if I knew it was coming back, thick and nice and strong, I'd be like, yeah, buzzer, sure, whatever. I could go bald for a bit.
What, maybe it comes back, really nice. Your hair gets rejuvenated in your scalp. And I'm
going to be hammering collagen, those derma rollers. I'm going to have, tea tree oil, and, I'm going to be hammering all the remedies. But I think I'm so sad. But that's enough about my hair because I'm already so sad about it. Let's actually talk about the game and the series.
Yeah.
First thoughts?
The Florida Panthers are good in all three zones. They are relentless. They're good with their sticks in their D zone. They forecheck. They score goals. Sasha Barkov, I apologize. He is mind-bogglingly good. When you think of two-way centers, he's going to go down with the Bergerons, right? The Datsuks, those guys that you think back in time and you're going to be like, those guys were good. You see how I didn't name drop Kopitar? I wanted to, but I didn't. But I'm going to do it right now because he's in the combo.
I was just going to give you props. Him
and Barkov are very similar, just their archetypes, but nonetheless, I don't need to talk about the Kings. The Florida Panthers are unbelievably good, and it didn't really feel like it in the first 3 rounds. They were getting by. They were being a good team, but those East teams they had to get through were not easy teams. So you see the matchup against the West winner, and you're like, this team is miles ahead of Edmonton. It's insane.
Yeah, for me, when Florida really turned it around was that after Game 2 of the New York series.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The rest of that series after Game 2, it looked like the Florida team that we're seeing now, where they just like sticks and lanes was the biggest thing for me that I've seen. You watch the Oilers power play, and today they were a bit better. Like they looked like they were getting some chances, and they had some chances, but Bob is Bob, and just played unbelievable. But even like the last couple games, when you look at their power play chances and how they normally run a power play and tear a team apart, there's always a stick there. There's always a stick there when it comes to Florida, and Edmonton just hasn't gotten the few looks they have gotten. Bob has stopped, and
special teams has been pretty, like the scoring side, the defensive side, both penalty kills have been lights out. They've been so good. But yeah, you kind of look at both teams getting chances on power plays. These are arguably the two best power penalty kills, since they're the 2 best teams in the league currently. So, but yeah, like neither team can convert on one. It's pretty remarkable to see both these teams just be so good defensively. But obviously, Florida gets their chances and they capitalize, and Edmonton just hasn't been able to. And you look to guys like 29, and you haven't seen that production. Bouchard hasn't done anything, and that's really what he's there for. He's supposed to be that offensive threat. He's kind of that fourth forward, and he's not done anything in his own zone. He's caused a lot of problems over there. So you look to your big 3. McDavid's just McDavid. He's had 2 assists tonight. He did what he could to claw back, but you kind of look at Draisaitl and how banged up is he? We don't know. So
yeah, you never do know until the playoffs are over. But it sounds like he's healthier than last year.
Yeah, he was battling last year. So
yeah, I don't. And we said that at the start of the series was like if Oilers can convert, they'll have a chance, and they can't convert on the power play, and look where they are, down 3-rip, and the Stanley Cup will be in Canada for Game 4.
What did I say? What did I say? The Cup's in Canada, folks. The Cup is in Canada. It's going to be in the building. It's going to be crazy.
It's devastating. Let's run through. I didn't see all the Florida goals, but the first Florida goal tonight was disgusting. That was like, I bet I put Forsling down for over half a point the wrong night.
Yeah, no, for sure. Tough scenes. But they are the Barkov, like they created just opportunities off the rush. 2-on-1, chip to Barkov. Barkov just picks a corner on Skinner. He didn't have a chance. It was in and out of the net faster than I could even think about it going in the net. So yeah, I didn't see number 2 or 3. I didn't see 2 or 3 for Edmonton either. But
do you want me to tell you about 2 and 3 from Florida, or which one was it? Skinner turned one over.
2 and 3. What did
I heard about.
Yeah, it was 2 and 3.
I heard about that. I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
By Skinner. 3 was the Nurse muffin.
Yeah, Nurse also with a terrible turnover. It was, I mean, like that I don't know if it's the Florida forecheck or if it's the Edmonton decor, because Edmonton's decors had problems with other opponents in the playoffs so far. Like Florida's forechecks, I think it's a combination, because when you look at their decor's been miserable most of the playoffs. Like that Bouchard Echo pairing was the only half decent thing, and now they're struggling because they can't produce, and Bouchard's becoming a liability against a better forechecking team. But that Florida forecheck's also just disgusting. Like they hound and they hound and they hound and they hound, and they just never quit.
They have 4 lines that'll just do it to you for 60 minutes, and you can't do anything about it. There is a guy on you every second of that game. You don't get time to make a play. You don't get to pick your head up and make a play. There's a guy there. You have to anticipate the play. You have to have already made the play before you've made the play. It's like, that's how good the Florida Panthers are. They have stellar goaltending. They have 6 defensemen that'll go out there and just meat and potatoes. They'll get the job done. Whereas the Oilers, they just don't have it. They don't have, let alone two guys. They have one, and maybe Matthias Ekholm, who's just a guy that's going to go out there and shut down. And you don't have anybody else beyond that, and that's a really, really big problem as being two of the best teams colliding right now, and one is very, very obviously way better than the other, and it has showed in these last 3 games.
Do you think, kind of the last really thing, because, I mean, we know it's pretty much hopeless for Edmonton. There's always a chance, but
There's always James.
pretty much hopeless. Do you think they push it to 5? Like, that series clincher is always the hardest to close out. It's in Edmonton. Do you think that they push one?
I thought we were going to see a 2-1 lead. I'm like, there's no way Edmonton rolls over. And they didn't. Obviously, you got to give them credit. They didn't roll over. They clawed back in the third. But I just don't know if I've ever seen such domination in a Stanley Cup final like this. Like, I mean, obviously there has been. I'm just drawing a blank right now. But it just feels like there's really no glimmer of hope anywhere where you can think of like, well, the Oilers have been, hey, they've done this good. Like, if they can continue to do this, they have a chance. And I'm just like, everything that they do good, Florida does better. So it's like,
yeah. I was just gonna say that every threat that Edmonton poses, is answered and then spun back. Like, you look at
one way.
Yeah. They're like, hey, well, Bush is there. He's going to get some points. All of a sudden, Bush is shut down, and Florida's D-core is just disgusting. And then you're like, okay, well, maybe they'll try and get the lines rolling, or at least we're top-end heavy, and they'll have that answer of we have 4 lines that all can not shut you down because it's Connor McDavid. And I don't care what anyone says. After just watching him more in these playoffs, he is easily the best. Like, no one can say he's not the best player in the world.
No, it's hard to argue.
Yeah, you hear people talk about it, but if you watch the decisions he makes and what he can do, like, it's almost like the rest of the Oilers. Well, they are right now, but they're miles behind him. And even just reading a play, like, he'll set up plays, and he's ready for this play to develop, and the Oilers guys are 4 steps back, and they just don't know what to do because they're so far behind.
He's seen it before it's happened. He is. Yeah. Like, there are guys that are good at anticipating, and he's the greatest at anticipating. Like, it's pretty mind-boggling. And at what point do we go to the cry for help? Do we get 29 on that top line? Do we get we got to pull out all the big guns at some point? Is it you bring them out in the last few minutes? Is it time to you are absolutely at the edge. You are at the edge of the plank here. They're about to push you off. You got to do something.
I think we could possibly see, I mean, McDavid's already been playing a ton of minutes, but I think we could see McDavid Draisaitl almost 28, 29-minute night on Saturday because McDavid wants to be out there. Like, if you've watched him as he's like, if it's jumping to 4-on-4, if it's jumping to a power play, he's out there before the whistle's blown, like, just trying to jump over the boards. Like, he wants it bad. And I think you're right that they have to. I don't think just to get some offense, they need someone to do something. And I think that's your best chance at getting a little bit, but I don't think that'll matter at that point because Florida will just roll right over them with the rest of their lines.
Well, that's the thing. They have 3 lines that'll come dominate the other 3 lines. So it's brutal. But I mean, you get an extra travel day. You got to push game 5. You let the big dogs eat. You just have to let them go to even have a chance. But I think you're right. I think this series is kind of all but over. It's looking pretty grim in oil country. Yeah. And as much as our bet's in play, I really wanted to see the people of Canada just have something to kind of come together for. It would have been really cool if we got to see it, but it's just, again, there's always a chance, but this Florida team's so good. And I did think back to it, the 2020 Stanley Cup Final, when it was, or 2021, when it was the Canadiens versus the Lightning. That was bad. That was a domination. Yeah, that was bad.
That never should. I don't know how that happened. That was the COVID.
The COVID. But yeah, we don't need to harp on the Oilers anymore. The Panthers are so good.
I did have one
Continue.
more thing. Just that today they had an answer. They tried to answer back with shots, and Bob was unreal. Like,
That's what I'm saying is they no matter they tried to find quality shots, it didn't work. They've now fired every puck on net they could, didn't work. It's like they just don't have an answer, and that's a hopeless feeling when you just can't even get to the tip of an answer. You're stuck. You're just
yeah,
so stuck. It's gonna get out of hand. It already has gotten out of hand. But you can hope and pray as an Oil fan. I'm hoping and praying for you, Oil fans. If my hair is blue, so be it. I want all you folks to be happy out there. But right now, I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it.
no, it'd be a miracle for sure. But I think I think the only way is they have to get to. The only way I see any hope coming out of it is if they can get to 6. If they can win, if they can win 4 and 5, and then they have 6 at home,
to go.
I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance, but if not, and they probably won't get that far. I don't see them if they don't lose Saturday. I think they lose in Florida, and we see Florida at home. I think gets it done, but it was a fun bet, Dylan. I enjoyed it.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun with you. It was a friendly wager. It's not over though. It's not over. I'm not sitting here, hockey gods. I didn't say it was over. It's anything but over. But it's getting close. So I've had fun watching it. It is scary how close we are to getting to the end of the hockey season. We started this 5 months ago, and now hockey's over just like that.
Yep.
Pretty crazy, but yeah, I have nothing else to say about these two teams for now.
But what do you do when the hockey season's over, Dylan?
We're heading to the links.
Yep.
Heading to the links. The U.S. Open is on. Father's Day weekend. Of course, we got to have a major on during the Father's Day weekend.
It'd be wrong not to.
And we have an interesting storyline kind of developing. Through Thursday, we have a co-lead, Patrick Cantlay and Rory McIlroy. And you think, oh, well, that's nothing crazy going on with that. I mean, it's just two guys tied at the top. Rory McIlroy is 1 win away from his career Grand Slam, and that 1 win is at the U.S. Open. Luke, what do we think about Rory this week?
I think he's gotten progressively better. I saw a stat from his last 6. He's gone 10th, 8th, 5th, 3rd, 2nd last year. It has to be this year. This is the year. He's going to win.
He's so due. I would love to see a Rory slam. Who are some other guys you're kind of rooting for? I always have a handful of guys that I kind of like looking at when I'm watching golf. Like when they pop up on my screen, I'm like, I want you to hit a good shot.
Yeah. Who is on the list? I'm just looking at the list of guys I'm rooting for. I mean, Connors has been not bad. Finally, a Canadian boy's up there right now, but for me, Morikawa.
Yeah, Colin's good. I'm pretty big on the Shoffley train. I really like Max Homa too. I'll always love Max. I'll always root for Max. He's gonna get one soon. He's so due. It's been a while, but he's gonna get one. Who else? I mean, Bryson's starting to become likable. It's hard. Root for Bryson. Scotty.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch much of it today, but I will have it on all day tomorrow when I'm editing this, or Friday. But tune in, because if you're watching this on either Friday or Saturday, it is on this weekend for Father's Day, and it's some pretty good golf. It's pretty impressive. It's unbelievable to watch. No, I mean,
pretty good.
No, I just meant it's a major, you know?
I know.
Tune in, it's a major.
I'm just messing with you. Tune in to the major.
Tune into the major.
And if you sit here and say, man, golf's boring, I don't like watching golf, you're still a child. Grow up. Golf is the best. And if you haven't started to like watching it, you suck. And you should watch it more because it's awesome. These guys are professional for a reason, and they're way better than everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And it's heartbreaking, but man, is it fun to watch.
It is so fun. I mean, watching Rory just like hammer 8 irons from 185 out is like, that was pretty cool.
They were talking about that today. I caught the end of his round, and they were saying, like, it's like, wow, I haven't seen Rory shot shaped like this in a long time. It's like watching a completely different Rory, and I was just like, oh, baby, here we go. Like, let's get hot one time.
I know, Rory, stay hot. I'm always pulling for him. He's like kind of the one guy I remember watching when I was younger, when Dad would have the TV on. I'm like, watch, golf's dumb. It's not dumb. I like it now. So
Yeah.
go to
You
Rory.
matured. You grew up a little bit.
I've matured. I hate golf. I hate playing it, but I always go out there and I don't get it, so it makes no sense to me. But I would love if Rory won one today. Do you want to make like I think our predictions are pretty obvious. I think we're both just going
I
there.
full out had Rory winning.
If Patrick Cantlay wins, I'll be sad panda. If he beats out my guy Rory.
Me too. But Rory, Dylan, you want to kick it over?
Yeah. I mean, how about we just he doesn't need an introduction because he's awesome. We're gonna kick it over to us two sitting down with Carson Wetsch.
Our next guest, fresh back from the NHL Combine this year. He's a forward for the Calgary Hitmen. Carson Wetsch, welcome to the pod, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, boys.
I mean, you're just back from the Combine. Let's go there first. What was that like for you and just being down there around all those other top guys?
Yeah, unbelievable experience. I mean, you're walking around seeing these projected top 10 picks. I mean, one of my teammates is one of them, so it's cool hanging around with him. But overall, you're walking around, you're seeing guys like Kent Hughes or Stevie Y. Like, it's a pretty cool experience.
I do want to ask about that though. You go into these interviews. What is like the one that really like caught you kind of on your heels, or one that like you'll kind of remember forever, that interview question where you're like, that is something I will probably never forget?
Yeah, I would say two come to mind. The first would be Montreal. I mean, they have some pretty, well, obviously the famous question, like, what animal are you? But then they ask like a pretty outlandish one. They're like, you're commander of a ship, like in World War II, and this submarine, your sole job is to take out the submarine, and submarine hits your ship, 5 of your own guys fall into the water, and the enemy submarine goes under your ship. Are you gonna pull the trigger and blow up the submarine and kill your men, or are you going to go in and save your men? I think that was one of the craziest questions. And then, yeah, for Toronto, it's like they turn on the TV and they play 12 clips up on the TV and they pause it like and turn it off like right before something happens. So you got to try and like guess what happens after. And I mean, yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
They were just testing your morals, hey?
Yeah.
You're like, I actually don't know.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to see how you react to that kind of like weird stuff. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen.
I mean, I don't want to press, but what did you decide? I don't know what I'd go with.
Me neither.
I mean, sole job was to blow up the submarine, so I mean, might as well do your job, right?
Yeah, the job done. I like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. But all of this is preparation for the NHL draft. What did your year look like kind of prepping for the draft, dealing with interviews throughout the year, and then what are you doing to prep heading into the draft in the next couple weeks?
I mean, I just started skating again. I came back from the combine. I didn't really skate before the combine. I was just trying to get ready for that. So just trying to get back on ice and hopefully whatever team picks me, just be ready for their dev camp. I think that's the number one thing right now.
Yeah, you kind of touch on prep work. I mean, you're finally getting back into like the swing of things when it comes to off-season stuff. But I mean, you're going to Vegas soon. So like, what are you looking forward to in Vegas instead of thinking hockey? Like, I want to go see this in Vegas. What's the move in Vegas for you?
I'm a pretty big foodie. I mean, like I've tried crumble cookie a little bit. We got our first one here in Vancouver, so I want to try some new stuff. Maybe some crazy donuts. I think that would be a huge thing. And then obviously just walking the strip would be an awesome thing to do.
Yeah, it's quite the sight to see down there, and I'm sure you'll be able to find all sorts of food that you want to try. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time down there. Vegas is a pretty cool place to be. But with the draft, one of the big events leading up to it is the Top Prospects game. Do you kind of want to talk about what the difference was between that testing and then like say the combine testing?
So the Top Prospects testing, I mean, the off ice stuff wasn't really that important. Like they kind of were just like prepping you for what it's going to be like at the combine. So they don't really pay much attention to that. But then the on ice stuff was pretty sweet. I mean, they were tested like forward skating, backward skating, agility, weave, like a whole bunch of stuff. I'd say, yeah, the biggest difference was just the on and off ice stuff. We didn't do any off ice stuff at the combine like recently. So yeah, that's the biggest thing.
I wanted to rewind a bit. You talked about Carter Yakimchuk, and you two. I mean, he's up there in the ranks, but like, so are you. What's that process like going through like the draft and the top prospect game? Like, you're going everywhere with this guy. What's it like having a guy by your side for like basically all of this?
It's been great. I mean, just having someone there to talk to about interviews or like what to expect and stuff. You hear some pretty crazy stories from both of us, but it's just been it's been like a good thing to have a friend around and just someone to support you through it. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be super helpful to have a guy go through that with you, and it's a lot less lonely when you're doing it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
But well, you guys play together in Calgary, and we'll move over to a little bit of talking more about your WHL play. Did you kind of have, this one's a fun one, a welcome to the WHL moment when you kind of came into the league?
Yeah, I didn't know who Terrell Goldsmith was at the time.
No.
So yeah, we were in front of the net, and I think I gave him like a little shot or something. He was like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "I might as well. It's my first WHL fight. Let's do it." I dropped the mitt, and like you can maybe find the video later. He winds up, bang, right to my helmet, and I was just trying to like get myself together. I didn't even know what was happening. Punches were just getting fed at me, and then eventually I just went down. But yeah, now I would say that was the biggest welcome to the Western League for me.
He throws some like
Yeah.
that guy throws bombs. That's not your typical first dub fight. Like
No.
that's pretty heavy. But we talk about fighting. So that was your welcome to the WHL moment. I want to ask something we've never really asked one of the guys we've interviewed, but you decide the WHL route over the college route, which isn't as common for Western Canadians, but what's the thought process of like, yes, the Western League is something for me?
Probably just like you're gonna have to play a couple more years in the B show until you get into college. So I think not having that weight would be something. And then the other thing would just be it's best development. I think, in my opinion, the Western Hockey League. When I was a kid, I'd always go to Vancouver Giants games, so I dreamed of playing in that league. So it's kind of just a no-brainer for me. Yeah.
Yeah, the development side of things, it's almost like they're trying to get you, they're a lot more getting you pro ready.
Exactly.
Where you look at that college and it's a lot more skill development. How did you find kind of the balance in the WHL? Like when you guys are on the road that much and you're playing that many games, how did you find that balance with compared to just straight skill development that you normally go through in the summer?
Probably just, I would say the skill stuff goes away, like you said, but I think you do a little bit of it like after practice on your own time. And then during the year, it's all just systems the entire time, just trying to perfect that stuff. And I think, yeah, just the balance is you're going to have to work on your own and do your own stuff after or before ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to go, you can go. But I
got one.
Go ahead.
Playing with the Hitmen, what's it like kind of sharing a rink with that many teams and just even being able to share the rink with an NHL team? Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think they kind of hate us actually, the Flames and the yeah, we're always just in their space, but no, it's awesome. I mean, you're walking through the halls and you're seeing Huberdeau and Kadri and they're saying hi to you. Like it's pretty sweet. And to think that like you might be there in a few years and being that guy to like one of those teams, it's pretty sweet.
Do you guys ever like kind of, obviously you walk past each other and say hi. Do you ever like actually coincide? Is there ever a time where there's like you guys are actually together? Like probably not. I don't think so, but like is there ever a time where you guys just kind of get together and like mingle as teams?
No, definitely not. No, I don't think they want to hang out with some teenagers.
Yo, no, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I think the one time we do see each other is maybe at like mandatory events since we're all owned by the same company. But yeah, we don't see them that much.
Yeah, you got to make sure to remember that when you're going through, and once you get there is like, oh, I was that kid. I'll go say hi and be nice to those kids because they're on their way up too. But yeah, I could imagine it's a big ordeal for them to see the Dub guys roll through every year and trying to being like, oh, these guys are in my way again. But no, that's pretty cool being able to be around them. But we'll go for a funnier question, kind of in the WHL. What's kind of your go-to chirp or one of the better chirps you've heard in the league?
My go-to chirp, probably maybe something about their looks, maybe their teeth. If they have messed up teeth, I like to attack that. But skating, I like to attack, just kind of things that will get under their skin and kind of get them pissed off at you. And then the best one I've heard, I hear a lot of stuff about my hair all the time, like Will, or someone, like Step Brothers all the time. I hear that quite a bit. Yeah,
that's funny. That's a good one. Speaking of being funny, you've played lots of teams, lots of guys. Funniest guy you've met that's not yourself, because you can't do it. Can't pump your own tires.
I would say Roger's up there, definitely for sure. Roger McQueen, that kid might be the funniest kid I've ever met in my life. I don't think he can be serious in any single moment, but yeah, definitely Roger McQueen.
Yeah, he's a character, and all the guys that we come through that were on that Halinka team or on U18s and stuff, they all have fairly consistent answers with him because he's just a goofball. But I kind of want to know, so after the draft and obviously after dev camps and whatnot, what are you kind of doing in the summer just to get away from the rink, and what are kind of the summertime hobbies looking like?
I'm a big Disneyland guy, so I try to go to Disneyland maybe once a year and kind of just ride all the rides. Me and my dad, we're both big on that kind of stuff. So I mean, whenever there's a new attraction or something, we'll definitely be heading over there and having a look at it. I want to go check out the Florida one though. Definitely, I heard it's a lot better than California.
That is the coolest answer I think I've ever heard. Yeah, off season, I'm a big fan of Disney, so I'm going down to California. That's awesome.
So I want to ask about the Disney then. What's been your favorite ride so far? Like, what's the go-to that when you're going back, you have to hit it?
Yeah.
Definitely Guardians of the Galaxy or Incredicoaster at California Adventures up there, and then obviously Indiana Jones. That's big fan of the movies, big fan of the ride. So that's go get it. Yeah.
You love just not feeling your stomach, hey?
Especially after having like all those Dole Whips or whatever they have there. Yeah.
You're just hammering Disney snacks.
Yeah.
Have you ever went to Universal? Did you go down there yet?
Oh, I love Universal. I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. Like, I know like basically every single line in the first movie. Like I can, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You'll have to get down to the Florida one and check out their Harry Potter one. I think it's pretty sick. But yeah, the Florida one's kind of divvied up into 4 different parks, so it's a lot more work. But they have a ton of different stuff. Like it's so much down there. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make the trip. Definitely, 100%.
Dylan, do you want your question?
Oh, dude, thank you. I appreciate it. Favorite stick of all time. What's the go-to? And if you could like bring one back, like what's the one? What are you bringing?
You remember the NXG Total One?
Oh, yeah.
I would rep that thing all the time. That was my stick. And then common answer I've seen on here a little bit. It's the 1X Lite. That stick was like, I don't know why they discontinued that thing. I was ripping pucks with that thing. That thing was awesome. But yeah, definitely those two. The NXG was just my stick as a kid. Like that was just my thing. I found it the best stick.
Bauer, like if they kept their sticks the same when they had the 1N, the 1S, the 1X, like those are the greatest sticks of all time. Like I don't actually know if you can get any better than that. But the Supreme stick, that's a good stick. I haven't seen that one in forever.
Yeah, and they would make like the mini stick versions of them.
Yeah.
And I remember going to Arizona and buying my first one. It was like kind of like they made those NXGs and they did like the retro colorway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was, and I got the mini stick one. I remember I just cherished that thing. I'd like sleep with it and stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think kind of one more question that we got written down, and what's kind of, I mean, you've had played in a lot of cool tournaments now, and we haven't really talked about them a bunch today, but what's one of your favorite hockey memories as you've kind of gone through?
U18s most recently. I think that was the biggest thing. I mean, we were winning every single game. And then we go into that massive finals game and we're down 3-1 last 10 minutes of the game, and then go on the power play. Big penalty. But yeah. Yeah. And then we just buried and buried and buried. And I was looking over at Malcolm Spence and we're like, jaws to the floor. Like, what the heck is happening right now? We're freaking out on the bench. And then honestly, great overall like ending. It was sweet.
Obviously, like the state sends like just a stacked squad to this tournament. Like it's so good. What was like you get the 5-minute and then you kind of get the first. What was that like on the bench where the boys like, are we about to do this?
Yeah, that's exactly what was happening. And like you said, that team, so they've been playing together for what, 2 years, 3 years together, and then for that last tournament they bring like also guys from like the USHL that aren't part of the organization. And it's just, yeah, they just load that team up and, well, we still beat them. So
Canada's back. Canada's so back. That's awesome. Luke?
That kind of wraps up my questions, Dylan.
Okay, well, Ollie handcuffed us the other day. Do you have a question for us? Is there something that you want to throw back at us? Because last time we got thrown our heels.
Who's like your who would be your dream guy to have on this pod?
Oh,
I think I know who's Dylan's is.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Who's yours? If you want to guess mine, go ahead.
Would yours be? I'd say Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, Sid was my guy since I was like 5. Like that's the guy for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Me and Dylan were talking about it the other day, and I don't even know if we'd get a question out. Like if we had a chance to sit down with him, it'd be just like kind of like
we'd just be poking it. Are you real? Like, are you the guy?
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
Sid would be the one, no doubt.
Yes.
But I think that's kind of all we got.
Sweet. That was awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, for sure. We'll have to do this in person. We're coming back down. I'll be back down in Calgary next year. You'll be there obviously as well. You're still playing. So we'll have to meet up and do this in person because this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'll grab Yak. We'll get Yak on the pod too. So we'll do a little thing going, yeah.
We'll do it. Yeah. I like it. That was awesome. Okay. Well, I mean, Luke, go ahead. Wrap it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely have to catch some games next year because the WHL's hockey is fun to watch, and a lot more people need to go and check it out. But thanks a ton for doing this, man. Like Dylan said, that was a blast. Loved hearing about Disneyland. That was a great answer. So thanks a ton for hopping on, Carson.
Thank you very much for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Carson Wetsch. He had a lot of fun stuff to say about Disneyland. We got to get that kid to Disney World because he wants to see it. Huge Harry Potter guy, and they've got some pretty cool stuff down there in Florida. So I don't know, maybe hopefully Florida drafts him and he gets his chance, or Tampa Bay would be close enough. But with that, we are going to bounce into some games. We're running out of hockey today because Cup Finals are almost over. As we speak, Games 3 on, and it's not looking good for me. I think I'm going to be having a bald head here soon, which kind of scares the living bejeebies out of me. But
can you say that when we're living what?
Bejeebies.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I heard you.
No, we got PG-13 content, G-rated content. I don't know.
Family.
We're heading to the career path game. I'm gonna call it in the air. Tails again. Heads it is. Dylan, what do you want?
Well, you've already seen yours, so go. It's your turn, you idiot. Pull it up. All right, folks. This guy started his career in 2010 with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Played there until 2015-16. Mid-season, he went to the Sharks, and then in the offseason, he went to the Panthers. And then 16, until 19, he was with the Panthers. And then in the 19-20 offseason, he went to the Canes. In the 2021 season, he went to the Sharks, and he is currently now on the Detroit Red Wings. So he's Leafs, Sharks, Panthers, Canes, Sharks, Wings.
Oh, Jesus. I You said this one was easy when you looked at it, and that scares me because this one's a little over my head, I think. San Jose to Detroit.
I don't.
Can you think of it? This is a weird one.
I mean, he's just like in the last 3 years, he's played on entirely irrelevant teams.
Yeah.
Just
No
kidding. The
kidding.
Wings are good
30
this year.
seconds down.
It's not Joffrey Lupul. I'm confused on which one of the... Was this Sharks team go to the Cup? Oh, you're so mean.
Yeah, this was
You're so mean.
This is dirty. He probably played like 3 minutes total in the Cup Final.
This is cruel. Wait, I still have hints though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drop me down a hint.
So you want Junior?
Junior Nation.
He played for your Red Deer Rebels for 3 seasons.
Oh.
And what do you say, nationality?
Yeah. Well, Canadian, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Manitoba.
Canadian born. Red Deer. That doesn't help me a whole lot. Not Cam Ward, is it?
Bruh.
Dude, like I don't know. Dude, I'm trying to think of all the rafters. Like, would he be good enough that he's in the rafters?
When did the Hurricanes go to the Cup? Way before this.
I don't know. Maybe he was on that Sharks team. Playing 3 minutes. Dylan's throwing me off.
You have a minute left.
Oh, geez. Drop me down a hint.
Okay, I'm gonna find this guy. Hold on.
Okay, he was drafted the 4th round, 99th overall to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, thanks.
Do you want the position?
I don't even know what the second hint is.
Who would this be, dude?
What was the other one in second? Oh, like any other play.
Oh my god.
Reading Royals, Toronto Marlies, South Carolina Stingrays, and the East Coast.
Are you kidding?
Do not think of the Cup teams. Don't do it.
Jonathan Bernier. Dude, I have any hints you can give me.
He's a goalie.
I figured he was a goalie. Thanks. I don't know who Detroit's goalies are this year. They're terrible.
I am disappointed. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alex, it's not him.
Last guess. I'll give you one more.
It's not him.
Yeah, you just want it?
I don't know. Dylan, should I have got this one?
Yeah. It's James Reimer.
Oh, the Leafs, yeah.
I didn't know you went straight to the Sharks.
He was a starter that year too, I think.
For the Sharks?
Line,
No, never mind. He
Oh.
just had good goals against average.
Well,
All right, so Dylan.
I thought he retired 3 years ago, if I'm going to be honest.
oh, that is a doozy, dude.
Oh, Jace threw the East Coast teams at me, and I was like, are you kidding?
That's crazy, man. That was crazy.
All right. Dylan, you ready?
Yeah, no, I'm super ready.
Wow, it's not gonna let me use it. That's fine.
Man, that's tough. I'm going to go down for the first time in a long time.
That was kind of embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going to go down.
I thought it was being nice.
He's being nice because he knows all his goalies. He thinks he's being nice, but he doesn't realize that we don't know our goalies.
He's like been in the league forever. He's pretty well known.
That's what I mean. I thought he retired. It was like he's on a team this year. I thought he retired forever ago.
I think Dylan got the.
Anyway, sorry. I will read this. Whoa. San Jose Sharks from 2010 to 2019, then played for Philadelphia from 2019 to 2022, in which he was traded mid-season to the New York Rangers, and then came back to Philadelphia for a year in 22-23, and that is the last year. So we got Sharks, Philly, New York, Philly. It's probably a goalie. No, he picked off the same
The same team.
Same Sharks team.
You didn't even pick a winner team. You picked a loser team.
Yeah, Luke told me it was gonna be harder, and he was so right.
I made a mistake. I told him that it'd be rude if he picked a losing team, and he did. That's my fault. I'll wear that.
Just take me to the second hint. I have no idea.
All right, so he played for the Green Bay Gamblers in the USHL before he went to UMass. Yeah, I don't even think
Nationality.
It's gonna help him.
Nationality, too.
Minnesota.
Minnesota is his nationality.
Yeah.
It's America.
So he's half Canadian? Is that how that works? Being from Minnesota?
Who is this dude? The Worcester Sharks is just so.
This is such a mind bender, this one.
Dylan DeMello, maybe? I don't know.
No, didn't he play for the Winnipeg Jets?
Yeah.
Chris Tierney.
I don't even know who that is.
Logan Couture. I'm trying to think. I watched the Sharks forever.
You have another hint, too.
Just, I have no idea. Take me to the next thing.
All right, he's a defenseman, right-handed. He also didn't finish the year in the league this year. Oh, wait.
It doesn't even say he got into the league this year.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He played the Dell.
Oh. World Juniors? No World Juniors.
He was a
No, he's probably like
rounder.
undrafted.
Seventh round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right-handed defenseman. Ryan Braun. No. What's Braun? What's his name? What's his first name?
Come
Braun.
on.
This is cruel. I would have given it to you. Oh, what? Don't give mints.
Braun. Chris. Ryan.
You missed. Jay said it started with a J.
John Braun.
John
Yeah.
Rom.
Jason. Jordan.
No.
I feel like he's
Jamie.
forgetting a really... What?
Jared.
It's the same name as one of the guys we've had on the pod.
Final guess. Your time is up, sir.
Oh my God, you're really testing my knowledge now.
Run to the Jays. I just looked at the Jays too.
I think there's only one. isn't
Chuck.
There's two. There's two Jays.
Oh no. Caleb, Rod, Chuck. Who is
One of them.
Five.
it? Straight up, actually.
Who is five, dude? Who was
in a
after
group one. It was in a group
No,
one.
don't tell him it was in a group one.
Marley? Who was after Chuck? Jay? Why can't I not think of this,
I think
man?
you guys are both blank in here.
I know who it
You're
is.
half.
I know who it is.
I don't care, you know.
Group one. It's not Keaton. Not Pascal.
Mine's in a blender right now.
It's not Ollie. Ollie's last name ends with a J. Or starts with a J. Group.
I feel like we gotta call a shot clock here. You got Dylan.
Jack, James, John. I don't know.
It's Justin, right?
Oh, I forgot about the Bomber boys. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Valiant effort, young man. Valiant effort.
Honestly,
Oh,
I give you credits because coming up with Braun was pretty good.
That is a wild pull.
yeah.
If I wasn't tied, I'd give it to you, but
I was trying to think of the 2014 Kings video when they reverse swept them. I think I remember.
Gotcha.
So we have a tiebreaker then.
Oh, yeah, I guess we do need to do a tiebreaker for this. Or do we make trivia the tiebreaker?
Yeah, trivia's a tiebreaker today. I like that.
Okay. Sounds good. I went first, so I'll go first again for trivia. We're doing a shootout style. So we're going to go 3 and 3. If we're tied up after that, we go sudden death.
Okay.
No, just tell us the. Oh, yeah, just tell us it. You got to speak into the mic, but
Hold on. I want to formally apologize to Justin Lees. That is so my bad for not remembering that he was on the pod. I do remember he's on the pod, but I want to take a second to shout him out. MRU Cougar, by the way, dog. That's all I got, and I want to formally apologize.
It's okay. You were held in a tough situation.
if I'm gonna be honest, you deserved a point for that one, but I'm not gonna give it to
Who's
you.
the other J, by the way?
Justice.
Well, we had Justice and Joby on.
God, I forgot.
Joby was there too. There was actually 3. Yeah.
My bad.
Anywho, can you hear Jace all right if he reads these off?
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
Okie dokie. You got first question?
Yep.
All right, Luke. Who is the only goaltender to have his name appear in the Stanley Cup as the captain of the cup-winning team? Can I give you the ABCD?
Oh, it's multiple choice?
Yeah, let's do
Dylan, do we want to go multiple choice?
I don't care. Sure, I would
Sure.
never get them. So yeah.
Multiple choice.
All right, Terry Sawchuk, Jacques Plante, Patrick Waugh, Charlie Gardner.
It's Charlie Gardner.
Bang! What a hot start from the fellow.
Who would
That's
have
called-
thought it was who is the most obscure one? Who would have guessed that?
That's how you take a multiple choice question, people. That's what you're looking
You
for.
would know that.
Anyways, Dylan, your turn.
All right, question 2. Who was the first player in the hockey history to win an Olympic gold medal and a Stanley Cup in the same year? Do we got Steve Yzerman, Ken Morrow, Mark Messier, or Johnny Bauer?
All right, well, I was going to go Sid, so it's not him. Mark Messier, Stevie Y, Johnny Bauer, and who was the third one or fourth one?
Ken Morrow.
Morrow.
It's not going to be him because the last one was the out to lunch one. Give me Stevie Y.
It was, in fact, your one and only Ken Morrow.
What a dog to go out and win an Olympic gold and a Stanley Cup in the same year. And you know what the funny thing is I just saw his name on an NHL stat the other day too.
God,
What do you think it was?
What year? Ken Morrow. God, he's probably old, isn't he? Does it say the year? 2000. Nope.
signed
94.
1954.
94.
80.
80?
It's actually the Lake Placid Winter Games.
Oh.
Move to the next question.
All right, Luke.
Up 1-0.
What player had his name misspelled on the Stanley Cup and later correct?
Oh, no.
What do we got? Adam Deadmarsh, Jacques Plante, Jean Beliveau, or Wayne Gretzky?
Gret's final answer.
Does it have... It has to be the... I'm pretty sure it was Jacques Plante.
It was, in fact, Adam Deadmarsh, which they instead put Dead March.
So...
Yeah.
What
I
I'm
remember.
hearing is that there's a very good cheat code to get these questions right.
Adam Deadmarsh is not an obscure hockey player.
Did you see the other names on that list?
I get that, but come on.
Yeah.
Watch this. I'm going to go to the most obscure one here. I'm going to lose. Go ahead, Jason.
All right, Dylan. What Tampa Bay Lightning player scored the Stanley Cup winning goal in 2004?
Mark
Is it-
Hardigan.
Not even on the list. Is it A, Martin St. Louis, B, Corey Stillman, C, Ruslan Fedotenko, or D, Andre Waugh?
Put some respect on Fedotenko's name. Just for that, I'm picking him because he deserves some respect. Give me Fedotenko.
That's a bang. That is tied up.
There's no way.
What you know about Ruslan Fedotenko? Apparently not.
All right. We're knotted up. Third round.
All right. We got between 1980 and 1990, the New York Islanders and the Edmonton Oilers won a combined total of how many Stanley Cups? Is it A, 0, B, 5,
8.
C, 7, or D, 9?
8. This many's.
It wasn't an option.
What?
It wasn't an option.
5, 7, 9, or 0?
Uh-oh, that's bad.
Well, you went the tweener there, so.
You got a 50-50 shot.
It's 7.
It is 9.
Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Was 1990 one of the years? Oh, I thought it was 80 to 80.
How boring was that? Just being one of those teams, like, in there? Like,
Yep.
we're not winning it
Yeah.
this year.
It was only the Montreal Canadiens in 86 and the Flames in 89.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan.
Dang.
This is for the win, no? We said
Yeah,
3 each.
that was such a sell job, not counting my
First to
years right.
3.
No. Like shootout style. Like 3 rounds.
Oh, okay. Okay, here we
All
go. Here we go.
right, Dylan. What year did the Stanley Cup have no winners? Is it A, 1899, B, 1919, or C, 1944, or D, 1968?
Hold on. Go through the first 3 again.
1899,
Okay.
1990,
1899, 1919, 1944.
Well, wouldn't it have been? Would it not have been World War II?
I don't know. That crosses 3 wars, I think, those years.
Does it not?
Which one was it?
I think World War II. World War II is
Oh.
pretty bad, so I'm going to go with World War II.
Good try. It was 1919.
And do you know why?
I don't know why. Does it say?
Isn't there like?
Canceled due to an influenza epidemic.
Yeah,
Spanish flu.
I read about this. Oh my god. I got to think back to like 10-year-old me because I read all these stupid books when I was younger.
It was between
Okay.
Montreal and Seattle.
Ooh. Do you want to go shot for shot, or do you just want to go sudden death, whoever gets it first?
Sudden death, whoever fires it gets it.
Okay, so
No multiple choice.
Yeah, no multiple choice. Just read the
All right,
question.
This is a good one for it, honestly.
Okay.
What year was the Stanley Cup first awarded?
1899. Shoot.
1907.
No.
1906.
This one's not good for multiple choice. There's a lot of numbers, Chase.
1913.
I thought it was pretty well known. I don't know. I got it right.
1896.
No.
1917.
It is on the list actually, but no.
1914. No, that was no.
Can I give you the multiple choice?
Okay. Let's hear the
No,
multiple
just go to
choice.
another one.
No?
Go to another one.
Okay, new question. What was that one?
1893.
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
All right. You just want me to pick these?
Yep.
It's okay.
Pick a. That's a weird one. I've read that too before, multiple times, and I just had no idea.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
We're on to the final question. What player holds the record for most career goals in the Stanley Cup Final?
Justin Williams.
Just what? Get out of here. Get out of here. Just in the finals?
Maurice Richard.
Henry Richard.
Maurice Richard is correct.
Oh. Dang it.
I'd
Fair
like
play.
to thank my obscure hockey knowledge. I still stunk at this game, but nonetheless, I'm still better than my dear friend that I'm looking at on the screen, who's not good. And that'll be a 1-goal lead for me on the board. Thank you very much.
The fact we both looked at each other and thought, like, we both realized it wasn't recent at the same time. We're like, oh, wait, Cup wins. And then I just,
Montreal Canadiens every time.
yeah. I heard the M before I got Henry out. So I was like, I can't even say Maurice because Dylan's got me beat. So I was just hoping on a prayer that it was
That felt
the man
good.
with the most cups. But
That felt great.
I'll wear that L. That's okay. I'm down 1, but I'll be back.
down and out. It's okay.
It's okay. We'll recover. But I believe, Dylan, that concludes our episode.
Oh my goodness. They said 19 couldn't be done, but here we are.
Greatest number in hockey.
Number 19 is in the books. Is it? No, wait, hold on. What? Go back. 19?
I don't know. I was just throwing that out there. I've heard a couple people say it. I personally don't agree.
What number? What's your number? What do we think?
9.
9. There's some good 9s out there.
9's a great number.
Yeah. No, I agree. Anyways, shut up. 19 is in the books. We're on to episode number 20. Here. We're getting pretty, we're closing in on it, but again, we're up on all platforms. You want to go see some cool TikToks? Go to TikTok, Armchair Warriors Podcast. You want to see some cool Instagram posts? We're not that cool, but I think we're kind of cool. Armchair Warriors on Instagram. Do you like Twitter? Are you a big Twitter fan? Go to AW Podcast with a 0 as the O on Twitter. We think we're pretty funny on there. So if you like social media, go check that out. But thank you for watching and or listening. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. You list them off. The list goes on and on. But we're everywhere that you get your podcast. So yeah, that's going to conclude episode 19. We will catch you guys next week.